Hey, what is up, guys? Blunt Guts here. This is a Watch Our Realms video. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I really appreciate it. If you do enjoy my content, I'd love to ask you to subscribe to my channel. At the very least, toss a like onto the video. It really does make a gigantic difference, and I would certainly appreciate it. It is the season of giving, so please give unto me. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I really do appreciate you all tuning in. Please accept this gift in return, where I will provide you with excellent advice for the upcoming banners this weekend, and hopefully for the rest of the banners in this cool Frostfall festival that is going on right now. I thought that the best way to open up this video would be on the test server, so I could show you exactly what the camp is going to look like once we do log into the game after reset tonight. I assume anyway, that is when the Frostfall, I think is what it's called, festival does begin. I don't think it's on the events in the... Nope, we don't get an actual calendar on the test server. But what I can say is that we've got all sorts of Christmas cheer going on in the camp. Everything is decked out in Santa gear and hats, and there's somebody with reindeer antlers on right there. I'm not sure. I think that's Camille, I think, right there. Right, kind of behind my head. There you go. There she is. You can see her there. You know, it does make me feel pretty jolly. I won't lie about that. But without further ado, let's go take a look at the banners that are coming out this weekend. Frostfall Jamboree. God damn it. I was close. I was real close. I got the Frostfall right. But in any case, as you can see, I do have the banners for the weekend up on the screen right here. We got 2X banners. I'm not going to talk about them. If you're early game, I guess you could go for them, but I wouldn't, because we've got way too many good things coming up in the near future. Similarly, I'm going to advise you not to summon on either of these banners. The Special Divine Summoning or the Special Invocation of Spirits, both of which do feature Tallulah and Arrogance as the 15x rate up heroes. I don't think that they are heroes that you really want to be pulling for right now. I love Arrogance. I love him. He's one of my favorite heroes in the game. One of the best fighters in the game, probably top 5 fighter in the game, if not top 3 or something like that. But it ain't your time, Arrogance. There's a few reasons for that. One being the god-awful hero that is to his left. Tallulah here is just horrendous. If you want to know why I feel that way, please go and watch my video that I put out yesterday, where I very affectionately referred to her as a trash queen. She's a great-looking hero. Love the butterflies. Don't love the hero, unfortunately. She's just not that great. She does a lot of really cool things. There are some cool things about her kit, namely, not that one, this passive right here, Woodland Blessing. The buffs that she does provide are pretty solid. She gives it 30% physical and magic damage reduction, as well as 1% rage regen per second. But that rage regen does not stack with other sources of rage regen, and she also can only do that for 3 units outside of her ultimate. So it's just... She doesn't heal very well. She's not very good. She does a lot of things, but she doesn't really do anything really well. And I think that is kind of at the crux of it. I think that she could be a solid support hero. I did have some people respond to that video and tell me that she was adequate. And you know what? I don't doubt that you can make most heroes functional in this game. I just don't think that she is worth pulling for on a 15x banner. On top of that, because of how she's positioned here, I'm fairly confident she's a common bucket hero. I think you're probably going to get her anyway, so I would not pull on this banner. Now, typically, I would say Arrogance is somebody that you might overlook a bad pairing, you know, a bad common bucket hero that he is paired with, but in this case, I don't think it's worthwhile, and there's 2 reasons for that. One, we are going to have the Lyra banner next week, where alongside Lyra, you are going to get to choose any of the heroes that are available from regular Invocation of Spirits, excluding the Lords. So you're going to be able to choose your own 15x rate up hero. And I think if you really want Arrogance, then do it next weekend and wait and save some more summons. But beyond that, I don't think you should be doing that, period, because Wukong is coming at the end of the month. He's going to be the following weekend, and he is somebody that everybody needs to get on their account. On top of that, he is somebody that you're going to want to get as many awakenings of as possible. So anything that you do spend on this banner or next week's banner, you're not going to be able to spend on that one, and I don't think it's worth it. I am in full lockdown saving mode right now. I'm not even buying stamina from the shop right now. The black market stamina pots are not for me until after Wukong is released. I need to save everything because I want as many awakenings as possible. I think he is going to be my next unpolished soulstone target, and I want to minimize the number of of those that I need to get him. I honestly, I just want to get him to A5 as quickly as possible. So I am saving literally everything. You should do the same, in my opinion. I don't really care what level of account progression you're at this point. Even if you started your account yesterday, I think that you are better off stockpiling resources for 2 weeks and slowing your progression a little bit and getting what looks to be one of the best heroes in the game, bar none. With somebody who is going to be good literally everywhere, in one of the most powerful factions in the game, one of the most accessible factions in the game to free-to-play players. So you really want to get him at minimum A0, but I think preferably A1 or higher is kind of his sweet spot. That's right, his sweet spot is all of the Awakenings. But in any case, that's why I would suggest that you don't pull on either of these normal banners. Now, the Ancient banner is a different story. It's a very different story. So I'm going to talk through the heroes here. I'm going to go through Praetus' Awakenings. I'm going to talk about Uredin. Probably won't actually go through his Awakenings because he's not all that great as a hero, but he has another redeeming quality that I will discuss. And then I'm going to talk about the Ardea and Ingrid banner that is coming in about 2 weeks as well. And, you know, we're being put in conflict right now. We've got to be real economical with our Ancients and be prudent about where we decide to spend them. So, without further ado, let's go talk about Praetus' Awakenings. Praetus, the big fat man here. Let's take a look at these Awakenings. He is just so goddamn good. Even before I get into the Awakenings, I just want to say that, in my opinion, and I think few people are going to argue with me about this, he is the best hero in the game. I know there are some people that are going to say Ingrid is the best hero in the game. My counter to that is that it is the combination of Ingrid and Praetus that is really the true meta right now in so many different places. And you can't combine the two of them together effectively without Praetus. You need Praetus in order to be the Arbiter Lord, and then to be able to use Ingrid as an Arbiter. Now, I know Alicia is out, and she's great. Like, she's probably, I think, arguably the best epic in the game, but Praetus is head and shoulders above her. She is not going to enable Ingrid in the same way that Praetus and Ingrid together kind of form this I don't know, congealed pact of like OP-ness that I need it on my account. I can't compete at endgame without it, and I really, really need it. I do have two Lord Mercies that I can potentially spend on this Praetus banner, and I just need to get him once. That's all I need in my life, so I'm hoping that can happen for me. Please, Moonton, if you're watching this, I would really appreciate it. He's just so good. He's so good. I mean, the true damage, the heroes that he enables, the fact that he's got this rangeless divinity skill where he can just spam true damage and stuns and everything. You just go look at any competitive area in the game. He is at or near the top in pretty much every single one. And there's a reason for that. He's just so good. He's so good. In any case, let's talk through his Awakenings. So, on the A1, when basic attack deals damage to the target, restores 3% rage. That is crazy, crazy good. That basically means that every 33 attacks, he's going to get a full rage bar. Now, it won't take that many basic attacks to get to his next ultimate, but that is kind of the conversion in mind. So if you think about, I mean, we're going to look at his details here. What is his attack speed? It's 2.6 seconds. You can very easily get that to 1.3 seconds. That means that basically every 45 seconds, you're getting a free rage bar from that A1. Good God, that is incredible. Doesn't get any better than that. Really, really solid Awakening. The A2, plus 5% attack. That is great. Would be better if it was 300 attack for him, but he's also going to give 5% attack to all of his faction team members as well. And there are some really, really good Arbiters out there. The Arbiters are, you know, the best faction in the game, kind of bar none. Chaos in Arena, in some cases, can kind of supersede them, but on the whole, the Arbiters are the best one. There's no doubt about it. Next up is the A3. When the number of Light of Judgment reaches 5, and Light of Judgment are these summons that he does, it's going to increase his attack by 15%. Now, that is better than it might initially sound, because this is going to occur during a fight, and that means that it is going to multiply his total attack by 15%. It's a huge bonus. It's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 3,000 attack. Really massive. Better than, say, like 15% attack bonus or something like that. It's really, really good. I want all the Awakenings. I want them all. The A4 is the worst one. Rage Regen Auto +1. This, they had to give him one bad Awakening. All the rest of them are great. But this one is just not all that great. It would be really good if it was on his basic attack. That would be kind of great synergy with this A1, but it is not. And then we get to the A5. For every 15 strikes received from Light of Judgment, the target receives 200% extra true damage based on Praetus' attack. So if you think about that, you can get, I believe, up to 5 of these Lights of Judgment. That means every third time that they all attack, you are going to get an extra 200% true damage, as if he didn't do enough true damage. He's just bonkers good. He's so good. If you don't have him on your account, you got to be pulling this weekend. I don't care what your Ingrid Ardea status is, or if you prefer them or anything like that. He is, power level wise, you can't miss out on him. You need him before you need Ingrid, in my opinion, but I will talk more about that at the end. Let's go talk about Uredin. Oh, Uredin, you are such a shitter. I don't love this hero as a hero, but I do love him as a battle power stat stick for demon soldiers. He is, aside from the ancient exclusive lords, he is the best one in the game, bar none. He is the, I don't know, I just put out a video that I will link in the description here, where I had him at 115k battle power, which is just bonkers at A0, and then I went through and I awakened him all the way up to A5. And by the end of it, I won't give you the individual ones, but I will say by the end of it, he had gained over 11,000 battle power. Yeah, go check out that video. It's a quick one, but it is worth seeing. If you are a serious GVG player and you don't have him, I think he is 100% worth pulling for. I think if you're really serious, as in like it's your main focus in this game, then you might want to consider just pulling on this banner just for awakenings on him, because the awakenings are really significant, and it's really the only way that you can push up into like that over 120k battle power and a threshold, which allows you to attack some of the true whales in this game. I need him on my account in order to remain competitive. I mean, I have him. I have him at A0 at about 115k on my global account as well, but I need probably to get him to A3, I would say, before I'm going to be able to really be able to affiliate him to demon soldiers and expect to be successful against the guilds in the top like 5 or so. So it's something that I need on my account. I don't know that I'm going to pull, like if I get Praetus immediately, I don't know that I'm going to keep pulling for him, but you could make the argument very easily that you should. Now, aside from that, if you're not a GVG player, you have no interest in that, I don't think he's worth pulling for. He's not very good really any place in the game, with the exception of Conqueror Codex. He's pretty solid in, and he's okay in AoE Arena, but really not great. You need a very specific team for that, and there are better options, honestly. So, you know, make your decision based on that. But I think if you do like GVG and that is a focus of yours, then you definitely need to have at least a copy of him on your account. Like I said, I have him at 115k PP at A0, and it only goes up from there. So more copies of him, the better. All right, so before I close this out, I do want to discuss the Ingrid and Ardea banner that has been rumored. We don't know for sure that it is coming, but you know, the leakers have been accurate throughout the month so far. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't expect this to likely be coming on, I believe it is on the 29th of December, so it's 2 weeks after the Praetus and Uredin banner. We're supposed to be getting Ingrid and Ardea banner, and I do think that on the whole, Ingrid Ardea banner is going to be better than the Praetus and Uredin banner. Now, that doesn't mean that you should pull on it as opposed to the Praetus one. I think Praetus is unequivocally, across those two banners, it's unequivocally the best one, for the reasons I said before. You know, Ingrid is great, second best hero in the game in my opinion, but she is kind of dependent on Praetus to really create that OP meta that we're seeing right now. As a hero, I think she's actually just individually better as a Watchguard Lord. That has been my experience. I've played with both on the test server, I've played with mine on live, and I do think she is actually better as a Watchguard Lord. But with that being said, the combination of the two, Arbiter and Ingrid, definitely makes up for what you lose by having her be an Arbiter versus a Watchguard hero. So that is my perspective. As far as Awakens are concerned, I think you need to get her to A3 to really see that huge power boost. So the A3, during the Solar Overload and Stellar Overload, reduces the number of basic attacks required by the talent to trigger Solar Flare and Star Shower to 1. And typically that is at 5 basic attacks, or 4 maybe, but it's every 5th one. So this makes it every other basic attack she does is this massive thing where Solar Flare over here deals 270% AoE damage to up to 15 enemies in a wide front area, and By that, when they say wide front area, they mean 3 tiles across and unlimited range down the line. It is nutty, so damn good. It hits like a truck. It is, people have been bitching about it since she was released. It is so good. And then Star Shower deals 50% damage to one enemy in range 9 times. I think it's actually 12 times when she is fully skilled up. It's just, all this stuff is so good. She is just such a beast. But again, Praetus takes precedence in my mind. So if you don't have him, I think that you need to pull on his banner. You hope you get him, and then you hope you have something left over so you can come to the Ingrid banner and pull on that. I think that getting her to A3 is probably more important than getting Praetus to A3, but you want him to be at least at A1 so you can get that crazy rage regen passive. So, it's up to you. I would say get a copy of him and then, worry about getting him to A1 later if you don't have Ingrid. If you do have him, then you probably want to skip this weekend. Even if you need Awakenings, I would skip this weekend, and I would dump everything you have into Ingrid, hoping that you get her. But Ardea is massively better than Uredin. She is one of the best fighters in the game, if not the best fighter in the game. And I think you really want her on your account. She's long range. She's crazy damage. She's good she's amazing in Arena. She's amazing in GVG. She's just so good in a lot of different areas. Really comes into play in Epilogue in a lot of cases. She does things that a lot of heroes in the game do not. And it's, on top of that, she's just really cool looking. But I digress. In any case, that is my brief summation. I will obviously be talking a lot about Ingrid and Ardea in the coming weeks as we get closer to that banner as well. But for right now, I do just want to say that, I think, you got to make your own decision on what you value in this game. But I think right now, the entire global server is divided into 2 categories. You're either you have Praetus or you don't. And if you don't, you better be pulling on this banner this weekend. I've been Blunt Cuts. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy my content. I will catch you all next time.